supposed to say.
So on the left side, we have Stu Hoffman of PNC. And on the right side, we have Barry Ritholtz. You know him. He's famous. He's famous at Bloomberg. He has his own show. And he has been a guest here. Stu Hoffman is infamous.
Chopped liver?
Now, chopped liver. How long have you been coming to Camp Kotok? How long, quickly?
Since the beginning.
Since the beginning,
I
Barry?
think this is 10, year 10.
10? Okay. So, did you catch fish today?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes, but I didn't land any.
All right. So we have about
That means
a minute.
no, by the way.
We have a minute or minute and a half, real quick. What does it mean, Barry, for Apple to be worth $1 trillion market cap?
It's kind of an interesting thing. It means I won my bet with Professor Galloway, who picked Amazon. But aside from that, when you have the single hottest product pretty much in human history and a near insatiable demand and a giant margin, and then you attach a whole bunch of other services to it, it means that this one product is the be-all of the company. How much they can expand that to other offerings, that's up to Tim Cook to demonstrate.
Stuart, is there a law of large numbers? This is $1 trillion market cap, record earnings, record revenues. At what point do we run out of apples?
Oh, Johnny Appleseed. I think there's a lot of apples to be grown, and I'm glad as a shareholder to see it happening, although a teensy tiny one. But you're right, the law of large numbers. How fast, Apple, I don't know what Apple's market cap was 5 years ago. Has it doubled or tripled? It's not going to double or triple in the next 5 years.
So let me get to the
cares?
second question for time. Does trade war, China, Trump, all the activity we've been talking about up here, we're going to talk about it for 3 days. Does it help Apple, hurt Apple, help tech, hurt tech? Barry.
Apple is very, very reliant on China as a manufacturing source. Anything that makes the Chinese unhappy potentially could have negative ramifications for
Does this worry
Apple.
you? Concern you?
Not so much for Apple's sake. What I'm worried about with the trade war is especially aluminum and steel, the push through of higher costs. We're already seeing price increases. Steel's up 40% since the tariffs came around. We could see, this isn't even the worst case scenario. A bad case scenario is inflation, more inflation above Fed target. Hey, we were going to go slow tightening. Now we're going to go fast tightening. Oops, we over tightened. Recession, 25% market crash, start all over.
You gave us the pluses and the minuses. Do we have a recession risk, Stu? Worst case, could we have a recession? And supply chain, and you've got 30 seconds to do it.
Well, I don't think we'll have a recession in the next year. I think there is a lot of momentum in the economy, particularly in the consumer. They got the tax cuts. You're getting federal spending. So I think the economy has a lot of momentum for a year and a half. But I think the trade does catch up with us. And we could well be in recession in 2020, but it's a presidential election year. So Trump will pull something to try to stave it off for another year.
Stu Hoffman, Barry Ritholtz learned their outdoor skills in Central Park, and they learned their fishing skills at the delicatessen when they bought smoked salmon. Thank you very much.
And gefilte fish.
And gefilte.